Hello, and welcome back to Beacon Pines. This is episode 2. I just loaded back into the game, and it seems it only saved after we received a thing. Interesting. Okay.
Miss Hatch could often be found near the fountain, too absorbed in a book to be distracted.
The two wandered down the wooden path, unaware of the danger ahead. Oh, this is getting good. I see, so I guess we have to just do a couple of these conversations again. Hey, Mrs. Nelson. Morning, Luca. Any big plans for the summer? Not really. Heard anything about the old fertilizer warehouse? Any strange happenings? Can't say I have. Either way, a dusty old warehouse is no place for a young boy. You be safe now. We had a lot of conversations afterwards. I'm a bit bummed out that the game didn't save. Piper. Oh, hey, Luca, what's up? You know, it's summer break, right? Of course. And it's like the morning? Correct. And you're studying, like they say. The early bird gets the proper education required for a successful and fulfilling career later in life. Mm-hmm. Hey, Zariel. Hi, Aluka. Could you please tell this lazy bud to help out in the cafe? Lumi. Zariel would like you... Luca, let me give you a little gem of advice. If you never do what you don't love, then you'll never work a day in your life. Wow. You're really setting the kid up for success. So we have to redo a lot of the conversations. Okay. We had spoken to you. Last Chance Diner. Okay, I think we're back on track. No, we had spoken to these people too. Hey, Bert. Hi, Luca. I'm doing some fact-checking for the town history exhibit. Look, kid, I'm just here to put up the lights. But did you know when the town was founded there were only 7 citizens? And they all worked for a mining company. And there was only one dirt road leading to town, and there still is only one road leading to town. Oh, right. Hey, Griffin. How's the ice cream gig going? Not great. It's still pretty cold out, and I'm in the business of selling cold. I'm sure things will warm up soon. Mr. Tolliver's not at his grocery stand? He's prepping for the festival, I guess. Gotcha. Don't touch the watermelon? So somebody's missing from here. I think we had just gone this way. Hey, Solomon. Apologies. No time for chit-chat. Okay, goodbye. Looks like the library hasn't opened yet. I'll check back later.
Jeff's hardware closed down about a year ago. The effects of the foul harvest stretched wide. When there are no crops in the field, tractors don't need fixing.
That's true. Luca, my boy, hold up a tick. Oh, hey, Mr. Nuncreed. I was just on my way to... Just sold the last jar of your grandmother's preserves. Can't stock the shelves fast enough, turns out. Hey, that's great, but actually... I guess Juniper will just have to swing by with more of her lovely jam. Uh-huh. Well, don't let this old man slow you down. You just remind her that she still owes me
A
that
promise
dance.
Greg regretted the second it was made.
Will do. She's a fine woman, that Juniper. Yeah, she's pretty cool, I guess. A real fine woman. Gotta go. Sweeter than any gem on earth. Yeah, he's totally into our gran.
The phone booth was brand new, part of Perennial Harvest's Beacon Pines Reborn initiative. It didn't see much use.
Okay, I think this is the screen that we last time reached. Oh, hey, Luca. Hey, Joey. How's the bug hunt going? Not great. Bugs have been shy this week. Bugs get shy? Oh, sure. Bugs aren't that different from people. Sometimes they just want to be left alone. If you're going into the Weepwood, just be careful where you step. No bug crunching. Got it. Okay. We're just wandering off. It's wild how many places there are to go.
The path led into a small hollow at the edge of Weepwood.
Okay, no turning back now. Gosh, an electrified fence. Is that sign
The
new?
fence thrummed with a gentle electric buzz.
Okay, so what would Rollo do if he was
Luca
here?
often asked himself what Rollo would do, so that he could rule out that option.
I'm definitely not touching that thing. What did we do?
As sparks flew from the fence, the light atop that section shut off. 2 bulbs remained.
That's
One
true.
more to go. The fence's buzzing gave way to silence.
Okay, moment of truth. Where are we
Every
going?
kid in town knew the old Valentine Fertilizer building.
Okay, we just went straight where we're supposed to go.
Long abandoned, the warehouse once served as the industrial heart of Beacon Pines. Now, it stood only as a reminder of things left behind. The dormant building showed strange signs of life.
Okay, so Rollo wasn't exaggerating for once. What's
There was
going on
only one
here?
way to find out.
I don't want to be here just yet. So, this is definitely the place that I need to be. But I first want to explore the rest, if that makes sense. Okay, there is a behind. What? Okay, that's where we came from. Yeah. Toxic waste. Property of Valentine Fertilizer Company. Looks old. Okay, thanks, bye. We'll come back later after we've looked at more stuff, I guess.
After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town.
Wait, but the mayor is still a Valentine, right?
The Valentine Mansion loomed over every other building in town, both figuratively and literally.
Okay. There's nothing here right now. Okay, Valentine Mansion. I'd love to have a map. I think it's just start to get confusing. Okay. So, but wasn't there another path?
Luca knew that if he gave up now, he'd never hear the end of it from Rollo.
Wait. Really? But there was another spot from off of the fountain to the right. I hope we can go there later. So I guess we first have to check out the old warehouse. Wow, that smells awful. Too bad Rollo's not here. We'd have no problem poking around in there. So they keep on telling me that I should essentially go back, rewrite history so that Rollo can come with me.
The water looked almost diseased. It flowed slowly into the woods. The hose emitted a subtle sound. It was actively draining some kind of liquid.
Okay, somebody's pumping stuff out of the warehouse? The green fumes look very healthy. Green is always good for you. Locked.
Luca thought he heard faint sounds coming from the other side of the door. He pressed his ear against the cold metal to hear better.
A zipper? Footsteps?
The sound of footsteps grew louder.
Hello? Someone in a hazard suit? 029? Shit. What?
The heavy steel door knocked Luca to the ground. Disoriented, he looked up to see an imposing figure silhouetted in a green glow. It lunged toward him. He tried to scramble away, but felt a gloved hand latch onto his ankle. Luca watched his fingernails leave trails in the dirt as the hand slowly dragged him back through the door, into the lab, into the green light.
Did we just die? This is a story about change.
This is a story about change. It was far from the sort of change Luca imagined for himself. But change is, after all, a dangerous animal. The end? I probably should have warned you about this.
Are you for real?
There are many paths that our story can take. Most will end in tragedy. But don't let that discourage you. We will find the ending that this story deserves. I just know it. From here on out, a charm will have a check mark when it's been used to its full potential at a given turning point. Now, let's try something different.
Are you for real? Okay, so the game is about exploring the possibility space. That's wild. That's actually crazy. At this point I should probably mention that I have seen... I think I've seen a similar mechanic to this one in another game. I have not played that game myself yet. I plan to. It's called the Nonary Games. Or at least I've seen like 5 or 10 minutes of gameplay of it. In a stream where a streamer was like playing through the game, and initially it just looked like a narrative game, whatever. I was just there to basically hang out with people, and I noticed the game is really interesting because it had a mechanic like this in there. And so I stopped watching because I didn't want to get actually spoiled on what exactly is going on there, and I'm honestly very, very surprised that this game has a mechanic that is similar to that. So, it seems we need to go back to the rendezvous with Roxy. In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little shit.
In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little shit.
Make a break for it. What have you done? Let that little shit just kick me. Run all you want, you little twerps. You're gonna come home eventually. Sorry. Investigate the Valentine warehouse with Rollo. So this is a kind of choose your own adventure book as a video game. That's pretty neat. Sorry about that. Rollo can get overexcited sometimes.
Solomon Valentine. Current ward of and future successor to the Valentine fortune, huffed as he brushed off his pants.
A town of complete and utter fools. One wonders if it's worth taking anything here seriously. Either way, I'm really sorry. No matter, how are you doing? Me? Yes, with all that business about your mother and whatnot. How I'm getting by. Still no word from her at all? No. That's truly a shame. Your grandmother has taken residence to keep house? Yeah. And how's that going? We mostly stay out of each other's way. You make it sound like she's rarely at home. It's not like that. She just has a lot to do. Uh-huh. She's still settling in and trying to figure out how to make ends meet. Indeed. Well, count your blessings. It's better to have a caretaker who's rarely around, in lieu of one who tries to compensate by smothering you with attention. That doesn't sound so bad. Trust me when I say it's best to rely on yourself. Family has a way of creating more problems than they solve. Interesting take on life. Solomon
trifled a gesture toward the approaching heiress Valentine.
Speak of the devil. Do not wander off like that. I'm much too busy to be looking all over for you. Apologies, heiress. I was just taking a stroll through town. Strolls are for commoners. You're a Valentine now. I want you to be present for the construction of the History Museum. The future of this town relies on its ability to remember our family's great past. Of course. That was an interesting interaction. And it's interesting to see how suddenly this entire interaction with Solomon was different. Oh yeah, because Rollo was essentially pushing him away, slowing him down, because he was in a rush to leave. Curious. Huh. Boy's got too much of his father in him. I win. Little help? I am the champion. We were racing? Did that road get longer? Like anything ever changes around here. It seemed longer. You're just lightheaded from the run. You really need to pace yourself better next time. Not sure why I would take advice from second place. Has that sign always been there? Wait, what? Caution, electrified fence. No, that's definitely new. Creepy. How are you gonna get around an electric fence? Don't worry, I've got this. Why did you do that? Always says you can figure out what the plan was when you're done. Great, what now? Well, I did my part and established that touching the fence is bad. I'm sure you can handle it from here. I'll supervise. So, from a safe distance. Silly boy. Whoa, you're a genius. It's not like we just figured that out. We did this earlier. Which might get very repetitive. I think that did it. Luca, you never fail to impress.
As the glowing windows of the old warehouse came into view, Rollo began to bounce excitedly.
Check it out. Dang, Rollo, you weren't exaggerating for once. Was there ever any doubt? This definitely needs investigating. Good thing 2 ace detectives are on the case. This is bizarre. This is awesome. Rumble. Did you feel that? What? Excitement in the air? You bet your butt I did. Check out this puddle. That's not normal. And this hose. Oh man, the door's locked. Try harder. No dice, it won't budge. Oh well. This dumpster's new, right? I bet it's got stuff in it. I can't really see what's in here. Who did all of this? My nose is itching. I think I smell some treasure. Are you sure that isn't the hazardous waste? Just help me get in. Rollo. It would be my honor to throw you in the trash. This is so silly. Come on, Lady Luck. So what's in there? Let's see. There's a squishy bag of squish. Wow. A good inch of stagnant sludge. Your natural habitat. Wait, hold the phone. Hold 2 phones. Check these bad boys out. Are those walkie-talkies? Just like Hank Atomic communicators. Is that some form of superhero they read about? Hank Atomic. Do these actually work? Ground command to Hank Atomic. Hank, do you read me? This is Hank Atomic, ground command. You're coming in 5 by 5. How are your vital readouts, Hank? It's getting a little stuffy in here. Requesting assistance for evac. Help is on the way. Quickly, run! Someone's coming, give me your hand. I'm trying. My hands are covered in squish. Scoot over, I'm coming in. Huh, this is different. Tell me you saw that? Dude, I don't know what I saw. He's coming back, get down.
The boy sat petrified under the weight of the bag.
Oh god, tell me that's not what I think it is. Luca, do you know what separates run-of-the-mill detectives from ace detectives? A ridiculous hat? When the chips are down, ace detectives dig deeper for clues.
Rollo felt around at the large sack which burdened them.
Aha!
He snapped off a tag from just within a small zipper opening in the bag.
It's some sort of badge or something. What does it say?
Rollo held the badge up to a faint shaft of light within the dumpster.
Mr. Prescott, Deep Engineering. Dr. Prescott. It's a name tag. Who would throw away a bag full of slimy old name tags? I think it's just one name tag in the bag full of something else. Okay. I think we should make a break for it. Stay calm, this is no time to panic. I'm not panicking. You're panicking. Rollo, calm down. You don't have to squeeze my hand so hard. Dude, I am not holding your hand. Quit messing around. What other slime-covered hand would be in here? Ah. I'm beginning to see the benefits of your run for your lives plan. Right, we've clearly established that I'm faster than you, so I'll go first. Why not go together? Flaming chicken coop, Luca. I'll make sure the coast is clear. After I go, count to 100. If you hear me yell, run. If you don't hear me yell, run. Actually, either way, all ass. Rollo, I'll give you credit. You sure found an eventful way to start our summer. It's what I do. Well, here goes nothing.
Lucas sat in the dark, tracking the sound of Rollo's footsteps as he ran. 1, 2, 3. He pressed his ear to the dumpster wall, straining to hear Rollo's footsteps as they faded away. 15, 16, 17. He tried not to think about the contents of the dumpster as he counted. 35, 36, 37. The thick stench made it hard to breathe. Screw it, that's long enough. Luca carefully lifted the lid and peered out. Nothing. No sign of Rollo. No sign of the man in the yellow suit. Time to haul ass. Luca clambered from the dumpster, stumbling to his knees. He was up like a shot and running, sprinting toward home as fast as he could. Beacon Pines flew by, blurred by the tears that welled up in his eyes. He wouldn't remember getting home at all that night. Throwing his front door open, storming up the stairs to his room and surrendering to sleep almost as abruptly as he hit his pillow. Chapter 3.
Okay, that was interesting.
Finding a friend. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
I finished jarring a mess of jam last night. Uh-huh. So that'll need to get delivered into town today. Okay. So what did you and Rollo get up to yesterday? Nothing interesting. Hello. Calm down. No, of course it was the right thing to do. Start gathering folks. I'll be right there. What's happening? Are you sure there isn't anything you want to tell me about yesterday? Anything I want to tell you? Not really. We just sort of ran around a bit.
Gran's brow furrowed. She let out a long sigh. Her voice was quiet and even.
I have to go take care of something. You are to stay in this house for the day. Under no circumstance are you to leave. What? If I'm not back by dinner, there's stew in the icebox. But nothing. You are to stay here. Understand? Yeah. Say it. I'll stay here till you get back. Good. What is going on? Well, that was strange. Okay. So we are to stay in the house. Garden is fine. Garden is fine. Is there anything to be done in the garden?
A faint electronic sound floated in the air.
Oh? Is that coming from inside the house? Where does this come from? Is it upstairs? Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? Rollo, is that you? Over? What? Oh, there was a knock. Wait, we are not allowed to leave, but are we allowed to open the door to strangers or friends? Oh, hey, Roxy. If this is about me accidentally kicking you yesterday, is Rollo here? No. Look at me, Luca. This is serious. Is Rollo here? No, I haven't seen him since yesterday. Rollo didn't come home last night. What?
A pit formed in Luca's stomach.
Where was the last place you saw him? We were playing around in Weepwood, and then it was late and we went home. Weepwood? If he's alive, I am going to kill that little creep. Is there anything else? Anything that he said?
Luca's mouth felt dry.
No, we were just messing around. Okay. I need to go let people know to check the woods. You stay out of trouble. Go see if he's hiding in the library or something.
Luca could feel his heart beating in his throat.
Rollo. Where are you? Wait, but Grant said we are not to leave the house. I'm so confused. Did we have options to check out? So we are still in the branch that went off here? Where we kicked Roxy. Okay, and there's nothing else to do for now in terms of branches. Interesting. So can we leave the house now? We can't leave the house. Even though we promised Gran not to. I'd love to have a run button. Is there a run button? Social? There's no settings, basically. So, are we to leave the house? I'm a bit uncertain about this. I kind of expect to be running into Gran the second we leave the house. Check for Rollo in the library. But do we have sufficient reason to go look for Rollo? Is it justified to leave the house? Guess we can just try to explore all the possibilities and then just rewind the time if we don't like it. Can we head north here? To the grave of the father? We can. I'm very intrigued by this game. So hold on. Were we ever able to run this way? No. Hey there. Hey bird. Have you seen Rollo? Nope. Though I've mostly been talking to clipboards. They're setting up lots of stuff for the festival. This one said he had to process some answers. I told him that was fine. I'll wait right here until he gets back. And when was this? Chilling. Hey Jetson, have you seen Rollo come this way by any chance? Afraid not. As elusive as the fish in this here pond. Do we have more bait? No, we don't have more bait. Surprising?
Luca gently baited a feather onto the hook. Good for skimming the surface.
Very surprising. Chilling. No, everything else is fine. This is wild. I mean, they clearly designed a story for all of this. But it's interesting how they designed the story with the branching points in mind. Howdy, Luca. Hello again, Pete. I'm not Pete, you silly goose. It's Toby. You could have fooled me. Well, hey, it's no problemo. The important thing is, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I'm getting that impression. We're all a part of something special, Luca. And it all starts right here in Beacon Pines. I got it.
Toby looked up from the clipboard excitedly.
That's right. So how about you start by telling me? Look, no offense, but I've got my own stuff to take care of. Oh, you joker. We're all part of this together. You let us know when you're free to answer a few questions. Yeah, sure, whatever. We really need to get back to work. Just a couple more minutes. If Roxy said she will be here, then she will be here. I just don't see why I'm standing around, doing nothing, and waiting for Roxy. When I could be standing around doing nothing and getting paid for it. Come on, Lumi, Roxy needs our help. Yeah, well, good intentions don't qualify as legal tender. What? My parents wouldn't listen. No offense, but isn't Rollo always getting into trouble? Something feels different this time. What can we do to help? We need to check where the adults aren't. So I guess it's up to us to check Weepwood. Our shift doesn't end for another couple of hours. We could spend the time making posters. That would be great, I guess. Right, Fitz and I will check Weepwood. We'll be back later to pick up the posters. I think my dad has a map of Weepwood. Let's swing by my house and grab it before we head out. A map, you say? I'm all ears. His eyes went wide in disbelief. What do you mean vanished? That's impossible. Oh my. He doesn't even see the danger he's in. What's this about a missing child? I must stress that the situation is completely under control. It just all seems so terrible. And you're sure there's nothing we can do to help? Nonsense. Young Mr. Cotter will turn up safe and sound, I am certain. You just focus on settling in. I trust my sister has supplied you with suitable lodging. Oh yes, Miss Valentine has been more than accommodating. We were just telling our daughter, Beck, that... Now, where did she run off to? Okay, so we've never been this way, right? Last Chance Diner. Hey, Dawn. Up at Dawn Newsstand. Is it Robert Rollo? Yeah, he didn't come home last night. I wonder if it's connected. Connected to what? I was checking in on reports about increased activity around town. What sort of activity? Windowless trucks, mechanical noises, strange lights. Your typical shady stuff. Who would be doing all that and why? Well, I have a few leads. The Valentine family is always suspicious. Perennial Harvest certainly has the resources. Do you have any idea where Rollo could be? The best place to start looking is where the trail went cold. Where did you see him last? We were in Weepwood. Right by Valentine's fertilizer. I'll check out Weepwood when my shift ends. I do my best work at night. I wonder why. That creature. Weird. Now I'm even more curious what this place looks like before we speak to Roxy the first time. Guess Mrs. Fratelli is getting ready for the festival. Why does that remind me of Monkey Island? Isn't the Fratelli brothers the guys in the circus? Hi Luca, what's up? You haven't seen Rollo around recently, have you? He doesn't come around here much. Not since they made a rule that he can only order decaf. What? I thought he's a kid. Kids shouldn't be drinking coffee. Okay. So this is the only place to go? Yeah, we should check the library. That's the goal, right? Can we leave? Yeah. Check all the other places first. Well, at least try. Hey, Joey, have you seen Rollo around? No, sorry, Luca. I've had my eyes in the dirt looking for bugs. I can't seem to find any. He never came home last night. Do you think it's because it's been colder than normal? I don't see why that would have anything to do with Rollo. No, the Beatles. Do you think the temperature confused their circadian rhythm or something? Who's to say? I'm no beetlologist. Just keep eye out for him, would ya? Of course. So the Valentine estate.
After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town. The Valentine mansion loomed over every other building in town, both figuratively and literally.
Same, same. Okay, there's nothing here. Should we check the weep wood before going to the library? It's probably going to be a problem, right? Oh. Oh. Toxic waste. So much toxic waste. Property of Valentine Fertilizer Company. Looks old. Oh. Dang, they boarded up the way in. So we cannot even get in. Guess we have to go to the library.
There were rarely any actual new additions, simply a variety of existing content rotated into the front display each week.
Not fooling anyone.
Oh, the cobs I've eaten. A salad-centric travel guide for the mildly adventurous.
Yuck.
Sally Seashore's simple succulent sundries. Luca brushed off a smudge of dust. Or maybe it was flour. 30 recipes so easy you'll doubt it's even edible.
Succulent.
A peek behind the curtain. The methods and ruminations of Patrick C. Montesquieu. One of the greatest acting minds of our time, by Patrick C. Montesquieu.
Check out all the bookshelves.
The bottom corner shelf was a dusty array of thick science books. Only one binding was clean enough to read. Cellular Biology and the Chemistry of Mitosis.
Okay. Boring? No, that's important stuff.
Mycological phosphorescence.
Ooh, cool. More like my complete loss of interest. Hey, Jace. Oh, hey, Luca. Did Rollo come by? No. I was actually surprised. He's usually here early on days when a new issue drops. Rollo's the biggest Hank Atomic fan I know. Besides myself, that is. Well, if he does swing by, tell him to meet me you know where. I don't know where. No, he knows where. Oh. Roger that, Space Cadet. More books.
The entire top level of the library was devoted to comics, most of which were Hank Atomic and the myriad of lesser revered spin-offs.
Okay, so it is a superhero comic, Hank Atomic. Nerd, poke around the library. I just received an achievement for poking into places I don't belong.
Kato volunteered at the library during the summers. He wasn't very social, so he'd dedicate each summer to becoming an expert in a single subject, making him a reliable source of very particular knowledge. If you were to ask Kato something he didn't know, he'd escape into the dusty old bookshelves and return with just the right thing.
Hey, Kato.
Kato was lost in his reading. Luca crooked his neck to see the title. Introduction to Melitology.
What is that even? Oh, hey, Luca. You snuck up on me. Good book. Yeah, no, I just started it.
He gestured to the shelves.
I'm really running out of books I haven't read yet. So now it's on to the wonderful world of bees. Turns out, bees are pretty cool. For instance, did you know that around 70% of bee species actually live in underground tunnels? I kind of knew that. Or that if there are 2 queens in a hive, they will fight to the death for supremacy. I also knew that. Fight. That's interesting, but you haven't seen Rolo around recently, have you? Not since yesterday. Keep an eye out for him, okay? Sure thing. If I see him, you'll be the first to know. Check the library for Rolo. Oh, hey. What sort of a monster puts candy behind a locked door? Oh yeah, Mr. Nuncreed works weird hours sometimes. Of course he does. How about you? When do I work? No, what's your name? Luca Van Horn. You new here? Yeah, not by choice.
Beck's family moved often, giving her little time to establish any real connections. She would tell you she prefers it that way.
I'm looking for my friend Rolo. He didn't come home last night. So he's missing? I guess so. Like missing? Missing? Does that sort of thing happen a lot around here?
Luca shifted his feet uncomfortably.
Welp, that sucks. Yeah. So I should probably get going. Hey, wait up. What?
Beck pulled a coin from her pocket.
I'm coming with you. What? So says the unlucky penny. Unlucky? Yep. Well, technically it landed on heads. Leave this kid to find his friend alone. But I always do the opposite. Oh, that's kinda like me and Rolo. I guess Rolo is my unlucky penny. That settles it. A person should never be without their unlucky penny. Let's go find him. Oh hey, we have a new friend. The name's Beck. Pleasure to meet you, Beck. I suppose I could use some help. Try to keep up. Let's run. Okay, so where do we go? Is there a thing we can try to change? No, there isn't. That's funny. We don't have anything on our to-do list anymore. This is curious. So are we just running around aimlessly? I mean, there must be something we can do in the woods, right?
Luca felt a chill as he approached Beck. Her eyes were locked on the strange green liquid. The nearby grass was coated in a fine layer of frost.
Is this sort of thing normal around here? Because puddles of glowing ooze are definitely not what I expected from this place. I have no idea what that stuff is. Well, the next obvious step is science. And what does science suggest? Poke it with a stick.
Luca watched as Beck dipped a broken tree branch into the goo. Beck's eyes widened as flowers grew from the dead wood.
What?
First small buds, which quickly bloomed into vibrant petals.
What the... Cool.
As quickly as they had grown, the flowers began to shrivel and turn gray. Beck dropped the stick with a grunt of disgust.
Okay. So the science tells us this gunk is weird as hell. Yeah, it seems dangerous. Hey Tish, look what the cat dragged in. Yep. I don't have time for this right now, Iggy. Oh, don't say things like that. It hurts Tish's feelings. Ain't that right, Tish? Yep. She looks fine to me. Why, hello. I don't think we have been properly introduced. Iggy's the name. This is my compatriot, Tish. Yep. You've probably heard of us. Can't say I have. I'll forgive you just this once, on account of your being new around here. Why would you hang out with this dud? Oh, he seems pretty alright. Iggy, why do you have to be so you? Has he even told you that his parents skipped out on him? Shut up. It's true, they got tired of having such a pathetic kid and left him. Iggy, I'm only gonna say this one time. Don't talk about my family. Ha ha ha. Well, look who's grown a backbone now that a girl's around. First his pops croaked, then his mom finally couldn't take it anymore and bounced. Wow.
Iggy took a step
What?
towards Luca, his sneer lit by the glowing puddle.
What a disgusting human being.
Beck could see tears welling in Luca's eyes, his fists clenched. Some things about Beacon Pines were very different from the city, but a bully from a hayseed town is really no different from a city bully. Beck took a deep breath and thought.
Well, time to bust out the tickles, the strange. Beck? Now we make a decision for Beck? What's happening? Why is this a thing?
Well, time to bust out the tickles.
Hey Tish, wanna see something cool? Yeah. Check
Beck
it.
lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arm.
What the? Tish, is she tickling you? Yep. Hey up. Hey up.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between.
Hey up, hey up, hey up.
Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough.
What just happened? She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us.
Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
I just remembered I have somewhere to be. Mm-hmm. See you around, new kid.
Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
Whoa. What a little creep. Beck, I think you got a little ooze in your hair.
Beck shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Is it bad? It depends. What are your feelings about having a more mature, refined look? Oh god. What's happening?
Chapter 4. The Best Policy. Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her, but finding Rollo was his primary concern.
Interesting. So there's Tickle and Strange. We're currently still in the Tickle branch, as it is hectoring. Wow, the story is picking up quite rapidly. I'm still very surprised by this game. This is not at all what I expected. I expected just some nice narrative stuff, but like this branching decision tree is really cool. Like it's really like a choose your own adventure book as a video game. And I now start to have the impression that actually every branch is going to lead to a dead end or a tragedy or whatever ending that is very unsatisfactory, except maybe one or maybe two that give you like a proper ending. And I'm very much looking forward to exploring this possibility space. However, I think I have to end this episode here. So I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.